Hello, Odd Job Doer here. And since we had an overwhelming response of, I think, what, 5, 6, 7, 10 views or so on the video talking about going to the Haunted Mansion 50th, and we had at least 3 or 4 thumbs up and 0 thumbs down. I decided to do a video here to do a little show and tell of some of the stuff we've gotten from the group. This is a group effort here, not just me. And in case you didn't make it out there, you can, hopefully see, some of the artifacts that were available. Now, first of all, this adventure, if you don't know by now, for the Haunted Mansion 50th at Disneyland, cost a little bargain price of $2.99 per person. And what do you get with that? So, let me show you. You get a chance, before you even show up to the park there, before you show up to the hotel, you get a chance here to go online to a secret website, and there's different merchandise. So, what we have here is, this here is actually a pin that is limited edition of $999. $17.99 for that pin, and I believe that's sold out. So if you didn't go online, if you didn't buy a ticket, didn't get your registration number, didn't go online and register for it, you probably didn't pick it up there unless you were the first day. This went for, 4 days in theory. I guess technically it's 3 maybe, but so the first day was for the first group. They get their pre-order stuff, they get to go check in through registration, they get to go through the store and shop for more items that weren't bought out during this pre-registration stuff. And I mentioned 50th there. And they get a wristband, which I'll show later somewhere. And they get a packet of stuff. And the second night is where I come in, the second day. So those people actually went the first day, and then the next morning from 1 to 4, got to go in the park and partied up. And then that day, where they go 1 to 4, I went that day outside the park, and then the next morning from 1 to 4, we were inside the park. So we go to registration, we check in, we get a white envelope here, and inside there you have a welcoming sheet giving you an itinerary, welcome there. And so you have the event check-in, and it says that the Magic King Room Ball there in Disneyland Hotel, and it does, is from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. at night. Of course, the earlier you check in, the better. And this was for August 8th and 9th was the days we were on. And so then you have the event star merchandise viewing and pickup. So if you pre-ordered something, you can just go straight to the pickup place to pick up your stuff, or you can go through the store and see what's left over and available. And then, so 11 to 2 and 5 to 8 p.m., they had signings, artist signings. And this was great. So you can see the names listed there. Dave Vanzio, Jasmine Beckett Griffith, Brian Crosby, Jim Crouch, Ron Daniels, John Daniels, Craig Fraser, Jeremy Fulton, Kim Irvine, let's see here, Kim Irvine, Kevin John, Jared Maya, McBiff, Larry Nicolai, Joe Payne, Shag, and Javier Soto. Javier? Okay, maybe I butchered some of those names out now. And so you got to actually meet these people in the flesh. And if you had pre-purchased or purchased any of their artwork, they were to sign up at least to your things. And all of them were real nice. I have some pictures I'll show, I think, later on about that. And then, then basically 11:30 at night, that night after you pick up your stuff, you line up to get in the park at Disneyland. And then from 1 to 4 a.m. in the morning, you have the celebration, and 4, you get kicked out. Now, some of the people at the signings didn't make it to all times, but that's fine. And, well, I guess that's okay for me, I guess. And then we have another piece of paper here was the artist signings descriptions. So it gives the number right here, and this number goes with the catalog online of what people can order and buy, and it says what it is here, and then it gives the artist and you know who can sign on it. And of course, somewhere in here it says artists cannot sign on other people's stuff. So artist signings gives you a nice thing about that and what they could sign for that day. Now, this was a hard item to get. Actually, not everyone got this item. This is the Foolish Mortal's Guide to Socialize. And this here is our little map pamphlet here, looking alive since 1969. And you open it up. They talk about the graveyard snacks, where you can get them at, haunting hors d'oeuvres, ravenous desserts, tempting beverages. I will go over this stuff here, what we tried later on in this video, so stay tuned for that. The other side we have like show times of what's going on here at the park for this night, and some attractions. So Haunted Mansion, it had some stuff going on with it. Mark Twain Riverboat, Ghost Cruise here had a little bit extra to it. They had Madame Lolita out there doing stuff, the Crypt Creeps and Ghostly Appearances, and different singing groups. And so here is our map. Right, so it shows what attractions you have that are open in New Orleans Square, Critter Country, Frontierland, Adventureland stuff, different food things that were coming out for the night. And here is a map of the park for that night, which when we talk about like Critter Country, basically number 7, this churro cart. You get to go, I don't think, back in here. So you get to go to the cart, you know, Haunted Mansion ride, cart, out this way. Bathrooms, sure. Up here, no way. And come back around, Ghost Cruise. We never made it over here, and we really didn't make it too much more of the places. We did go over here some places, but you know, it was very quick for being 4 hours. And on the back here, they talk about Disney PhotoPass stuff and links and share photos and whatnot. And including in the $2.99 price, we got a Max Pass. See that? So this right here gave us all the photo ops, which when we first were checking in, they had photo ops of different things to take photos with. That's pretty neat. And then in the park also, there's different people and ghouls to take photos with. And this envelope here, what's in this, you say? Well, inside this is a ticket. So even though you had a wristband and you had a lanyard, you also got a ticket to get in the park. And it's for a one-day park with Max Pass complimentary, valid at one resort theme park only, it says. And it expired on basically the day you're using it. So you got that little souvenir to keep too. And last but not least, for this little segment, you get this bag here. They hand you a bag. Inside this bag is a box. Look at that. Black, gold on it. All right. 50th. Celebrating 50 Haunted Mansion years in retirement on living. And inside this here, you got a certificate with the our head spiritualist, Madame Lolita, summons you to materialize as we celebrate half a century of chills and thrills. August 2019. They didn't put a date there because they didn't want to, you know, have them separated. And look at that. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but if you're looking at this in real life and kind of move it around, it's like the face follows you. Maybe you see that? And on the back of this here, just to make sure we know what it's from, 50th Haunted Mansion. Right, so I'm pretty sure this is a paperweight, I think people are saying. I don't know, I just use it as a neat thing looking in a box. Right? So, that is the start of it. Now, after you get this goodie and your other stuff there, your papers, then I think, if I remember right, you go downstairs to pick up your stuff that you pre-ordered. And nope, I did not order all this, but I did print all of this off of the internet, which has all kinds of stuff in here. Pins, more pins, shirt, clothing, Hatbox Ghost picture, guitar that last I looked was they still had at least some of these $13,000 guitars, and they had a $33,000 guitar still available. And artwork, right? Artwork, little coin purse there that was sold out, I'm pretty sure. And this here, I'll be showing here. This is the what are these things? These are the Host a Ghost jar. And so you have these characters here. I think one of them is for a pass holder. The rest of them are all available to non-pass holders. And really, this came later. That they put this up there, and you still didn't know what you were getting. You get a certificate, death certificate, and you know, different ones like that. But don't worry, because I actually have some of those for show and tell. So I have already showed, kind of told the check-in process. I have shown what we got for checking in. You know, that $2.99 part of it goes to that paperweight. And I think it's pretty neat still. And next I'll show you some of the items that were purchased. Alright, so here we are at the stuff. And the first item up for auction, just kidding, this ain't auction site. But that's one that kind of, I don't know, my thoughts on that. For people that go to these things, you know, they buy up all the merchandise they can, they go put on some kind of an auction website. I don't know if I don't like that or if I do like that. You know, on one hand, as I don the show and tell gloves, is you know, if you have someone that goes to the park, gets the merchandise, sticks it on there, either has a fair auction where people can bid on it, or, you know, they do maybe like a buy it now price, then, you know, they're basically recouping the cost of the item plus their charge of going there and getting it. You know, if you live in, like, say, in Nebraska or something, you want to you know, hop in your car, drive to the airport, take a plane ride to Anaheim, you know, take the shell over to the park, buy this item, and then do it on reverse. That's going to be a lot cheaper than usually going online and getting something. So that's favorable to them. But people who are local, or someone even like me that drives from far away, you know, I'd be kind of mad if things are sold out. And that's why the reservation system they had to get stuff is not a bad idea. Because let me tell you, there are some limited items in there, which one of them will be coming up later in this video, but there are some that are limited to just one. So there's one out there somewhere, and hopefully whoever got them really enjoys them. This right here, though, this is an open edition. This is a picture frame. It has probably glass in there, maybe acrylic, I don't know. These frames are kind of like you see, like a gold tone or a bronze. It's a resin frame. The 50th Haunted Mansion at the bottom there, and the picture that's in there, this guy here, which is, I believe, one of the Hitchhiking Ghosts, they are different ones. You can get different Hitchhiking Ghosts, you can get the Bride, you can get Hatbox Ghost, I think was one of them. And so, but it just depends on, you know, what you get, because it comes in a plain white box. And these are not limited edition. You can use a little stand here to hold it up like so, or you have a hook on the top here to hang it on the wall. And really I got this because I have a little project I'm going to do. It says it holds a 5x7. I don't know if you have to cut it, you know, cut an oval, but I got a little project I'm going to do with this thing. And otherwise it's pretty neat, you know. Has some neat textures there, huh? Yeah, a little funny face. Anyways, moving on then. This is a bigger ticket item. These are the ones I mentioned already from that book. And this here is the Host a Ghost. So it comes like this. You have a box. If you want to cheat, it does say who's in it on the bottom, I guess. This one here's going to be the Hatbox Ghost. And they have a little story in the back here, right, about, I think, Commander Lolita putting these ghost spirits in a jar for you to take home. I don't know if you can read that. Anyways, retail price $59.99. You go on an auction site, they're probably 3 or 4 times that by now. So you open it up, you got some nice packing in here, you got a nice little inset box there. You have the death certificate, and let's see, this officially volunteers the same role, have mentioned. And so I think the death certificate here is all the same, but then they have a trinket, a chain with a trinket, and you can see there that there is the Hatbox Ghost hat box with a hat in it. See? Which is weird because it's a box and you can see inside. There's a hat, not a head. Okay? So then we've got a Hatbox Ghost. Is that damaged? Doesn't feel like damage. You got a string that you pull out that helps bring it out. And one thing about these I've noticed is that the jars are, you know, different colors. There's instructions down here. See that? Paper with instructions. Yeah, probably not. But we don't need that instructions. Why? So I'm a master at these almost. So you get it. You can read over the front there, right? Some fancy lettering and stuff. Then it talks all about the well, it doesn't talk all about, but it talks about the Hatbox Ghost spirit. Has a nice Haunted Mansion thing on the top. If I can get back on center. Right, patina. Fake, because I'm sure this is plastic. This is all pretty much plastic, so it can maybe survive an earthquake or something. And this just very carefully kind of rock it back and forth so you find a nice sweet spot to pull up on, I think. Alright, so you get this top here off. There. And inside, you got a battery compartment, which takes 4 of the AG13s or LR44s. And there's a switch. So you turn that to on, right? You put this thing back in the grooves where it goes. And usually when you push it down, you'll know. So, you have that there.
Family, friends, next of kin, summon a spirit from the mansion. Ghoulies travel from near and far, all invited to reside in a jar.
That's right, in a jar. And now watch this little action. I'm going to turn the light off here for a minute. And you'll be able to see, when you turn around, you'll be able to see the ghost summons. Ah, spooky! Right? Hatbox Ghost in a jar. Right, fun. Hard to see that way. Just fun to see this way through the back. And couldn't just stop with one, so I got a few friends.
Be sure to bring your death certificate.
Right, that guy there. And who else we got? Yeah, you want to recognize this guy? I believe it is Archimedes, something like that. Let me get back to lights on. So what we have here is the sea captain was the second one I showed, and his pendant looks like that. Right, it's an anchor chain. So I guess the chains kind of drape around the tops of the bottles. And Archimedes here, yeah, has a stack of books. He's the ghost librarian. So let me double check the name. Captain Culper Klein, if I'm saying that right. And Archimedes Arcane. Alright, the librarian. And they have different sayings. I'm not sure how many sayings they have, but they have a few different sayings at least. And you know what? I think for the price, not so bad. And let me see. Just kind of stack them. You can see here that these two are almost the same size. The one in the middle is a little smaller. I have one other one that's not with me today in my secret location, but this one here does have kind of a purpley glass to it, right? This one here is a green glass. This one has a smoke glass, maybe. And you know, they're just, you know, kind of cool. Have them hang out there and tap once in a while and have them say something to you. So, these here, by the way, are still available in the park. I've seen them. I don't know about online, like the Disney Store Online, whatever, but I know at the park and the Downtown Disney they still have these available. All right, let me set up another item or so, and we'll get back to it. All right, now it's close time. So this here is a design, Mammalita by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and a T-shirt. Comes in black, has her design on it, and pretty sure it's available at the park still. Perhaps at the Wonderground Gallery. I have a tag on it here. Wonderground. So there's that shirt. And then we got this one here, celebrating 50 years of retirement on living, a Haunted Mansion Disneyland. This one here I think might have been a pre-order one, and I don't know if that's still available. Right. Nothing on the back. T-shirt, more likely cotton. Here we have, I think they call it a camp shirt. Don't know, kind of fancy, button up right. Has the gold and gray detail there. 50th. Buttons. Has a knitted back to it. This thing here, Disney. 100% polyester. So, you know, that's breathable, right? And on the back side of that, there's this little hood thing here. Where am I at? Right here, see? Little hood thing that, I don't know. I guess it helps cool you off. So you walk like this, and then, you know, you get too hot, heat comes out from here. Otherwise, you know, a nice little fancy button-up shirt. And then we have a T-shirt here, Shag's design. Let's see here, because it helps him on camera. So, Shag's design here, T-shirt, focus, serious, okay, that's some of his artwork. This too, Wonderground Gallery, so I'm pretty sure it's still available. And this one here we have, now begins another year of the happily ever stricken fear, restless spirits, post-life gathered. Okay, they're spent haunting here, 50 years, I mentioned, 1969, 2019. No texture, Disney Resort, right? Has a fancy little, I don't know, granite type look to it. I'm not much of a clothes person, but sure it's kind of interesting. And that is on the back of this shirt. This shirt here is cotton. The back, nothing, right? Nice cotton. And last of the shirts that we have here, I believe this is the Shag shirt. Shag shirt, his design. You can see some of the stuff that get out of there. Hitchhiking Ghost, right? Mammalita, Quicksand People. Oh, people having fun. Hatbox Ghost, right there. And this shirt here, what do we got here? This was a little stiff. Must have been starched good. Cotton, 100%. The only thing about this one, you see the print there, right? Well, on the inside, you can see here too. So I don't know if that's good or if it's just real thin. But it helped if I washed it probably. And look at that, quality. Comes with an extra button, eh? So, that there's pretty much for the shirts. And speaking of the Jasmine Beckett Griffith, this is a, boop, Madame Lolita Funko Pop, see that? And this here, they kind of sold out of, and they kind of still had them in stock. And yeah, you can still, I think you still get them at the park there. But it does say on the bottom here, Disneyland exclusive, right there on that blurry sticker. Also says glows in the dark. So let's just try it a little bit here, hey? 3, 2, 1, boop. See anything? Me neither. So, probably needs more time to glow in the dark. Anyways, Funko Pop, Madame Lolita. Rumored to be done after the Jasmine Griffith Smith, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Hard with names. And there's other ones on the back too, look at that. So, from what I understand though, each one of these are at different locations, different places. Not necessarily the park. In fact, Madame Lolita, I think, is out of places besides the park. But if you want the glow-in-the-dark one, you have to go to Disney Park. Or something like that. Okay, well, what else we got here? Here's a little something that's kind of fun. We got a Haunted Mansion car ride, see that? And let's see if it does anything here. Yeah, you see that? The ghost has followed me home. And that's kind of neat. You push the little button in the front, you can see the ghost in there. And you have this Haunted Mansion 50th motif on the side. And the back, the Doom Buggy, 1999. And here's a little secret for you folks, as the bride. The secret is that rumors that you can get these Doom Buggies for like $15 or $14, but they're not the 50th. They're the normal Doom Buggies you can get. I think they'll sing. So what else we got here? Next we got... Alright. I'll be back with more stuff. Since we're on the topic of clothing, here is some ears, mouse ears. 50th anniversary ones. Haunted Mansion up in here. Hatbox Ghost up in there. And this right here, this is like real metal. Disney Resort 50th Haunted Mansion Ears Frightening Fun. And yeah, you stick that on your head and have a good time. So, mouse ears. Now, did someone say pins? Alright, for pins, we got some over here. Now, doesn't look like a whole lot, but you know, it's a good assortment. So, we have basically is let me get this situated. Okay, we got this one here. Glossy. This is a limited edition one of let's see, eventually, at first they had, I think, like 200 of these. Then they had like 500 all of a sudden. So this is a jumbo pin. Right? See the detail on that? Pretty nice, huh? You got some talking on the gravestones there. You got like looks like a bride and Hatbox Ghost back in here real small. You got the hitchhiking ghost. You got the grave digger, his dog, the scary clock, Madame Lolita. So Disneyland Resort 50th, really limited edition of 500, not 200, and I haven't seen too much of those around. Now this one, here's another higher ticket pin collection. Oh, the wedding albums, right? And so this here, of course, talks about the bride and all of the fine gentlemen she's married over the years, and they all open too. See that? We got Constance and Reginald, I think. And we got Constance and George. And here we have Constance and Frank. Right? Happy couple. And the bottom here, wedding day, we got Constance and Ambrose. Ambrose, yeah, that's the right name. And last but probably not least, we got Constance and Marquise. Marquise? I don't know. Sometimes I have trouble with pronunciations. And so if you want to leave in the comments down below how to pronounce anything, go ahead. I'll try to read them over and yeah, learn something. So up here on this one here, notice they got some diamonds in this one. Or rhinestones, whichever. So that little collection there. Limited edition of 999. You know, special number for this collection of stuff. And the price tag is not quite that high, but $99.99. And I think this might have been something that had sold out, or maybe they still had some there. I doubt it made it to the normal stores. Other ones that are kind of neat, there's these lenticular pins. I don't know if I can see the effect there, but see, you got a Hatbox Ghost. You turn it one way, and you see the face disappear from up top and go in the box. And really, I don't know. All I do know is it should glow in the dark too. I believe it was a limited edition pin. Likewise, we have Pickwick. Is this the guy's name? The ghost on the chandelier. And if you do it right, oh, there you go. Well, he basically rocks back and forth, though. Maybe I can't catch it on the camera. Hitchhiking Ghosts. 50th. I think that's still available. This here's a limited edition one. The dinnerware set, and up here is the Dancing Waltzing Ghost, which I also hope glow in the dark. I haven't tried out yet. Graveyard Jamboree. Right, they have the, these are the singers, you know, little, well, not severed heads, but the singers in the graveyard. The quartet. I don't know, singers. Also, I don't think it's, I think it's limited release, but not limited edition. Here's limited release. Haunted Mansion. I choose active retirement on August 9th, 2019 with 999 ghost and restless spirits. And if you look real close in this, I just noticed with some light, I believe there's a 50 underneath this outer stuff. It's like there's a shadowy thing inside there. This here I thought was one of the better deals for pins. This is the big clock. And yeah, that part there goes back and forth. This right here goes. You can set it to the 13th hour if you want. And that face glows in the dark. And if you look here, there's even like some eyes right there. I don't know if they glow in the dark. But a thick pin, right? Neat, $18. And we got here the welcome poster. And that might glow in the dark, who knows. Anything that's green, I pretend glows in the dark. And here we got I don't think there are any other sliders, but here's a slider. So, you know, it slides over. Hitchhiking Ghost in the mirrors back there, right? Yeah, something like that. And here's this nice little special one. This one here also, I think, was limited to 999. Sold out, I'm pretty sure. I think it's because it just had a nice purple motif to it. Glittery effects. Right, pretty nice. And now this right here, let me show you this. I'll show it over on this side. This pin right here, which is kind of hard to see, has the 50 on top of it. Let me show what the catalog has it as. Because I bet no one bought that from looking at the catalog just because of how it looked in the catalog. Like, here's another good selection of pins. They got those right there, they rotate around, and so you have the characters in there. The Bride, Lolita, Hitchhiking Ghost, Hatbox, Turn I think it's a Haunted Mansion 50 on the back. Don't have any of that with me. But this in particular one, I do. Okay, here it is. So, that is this pin here. You see that? It shows a guy there, it shows a headstone here, and it shows this all laid out like that. This is 999 made, and let me show you what it does now. So, you have the pin here. This part lifts up. And see when it lifts up, it forms the headstone, right? And it shows a coffin there. Coffin door opens up. And what's in the coffin door? Ta-da! It's this guy. And this here happens to be Brother Claude. Right? So this pin looks a whole lot better in real life than it did that picture. At least I think it does. Right? When you close it all up, it just looks like a golden pin. Alright. So that's pretty much it for pins. There might be more floating around. Oh wait, there is more floating around. This right here, this set here, looks something like that there. Mystery pins. These here, they say they glow in the dark. And the thing is, these here on the back here and also in the book don't look that good. So let's open this thing up, see what we got. I believe there's 2 pins. Come on, do up the ghost. Alright, so 2 mystery pins here, right? Let's try this one here. I can almost like see through it anyways. Take that off. Open this up. All careful like. And there, we have a nice pin that says Frights on it. Frights, right? And it shows a red something on it. And it says Haunted Mansion. And I think the Haunted Mansion glows in the dark because, you know, it's green. And has some of the, like, I think the wallpaper in the back. Flip it over, you can see the embossed Mickey Mouse heads on it. Alright, so that's that one there. Not bad, I'll keep it. Just because this is my first package opening up of these. And the second one in the book. Oh, Madame Lolita. Alright, she has her eyes closed. Kind of. Happy... Find a happy medium. That's funny. So in her hair it says find a happy medium. It's kind of hard to see, but it wraps around it. And Haunted Mansion. And same thing. Mickey's on the back. It's official. So that's one of the pins that had mysteries. And here's another one. Looks like this right here. Both of these boxes I think you can still get in the park. They're still available. Limited release, I think. At this party, we're only able to buy, I actually think maybe we're able to buy 10 of them. See mystery bag? There we go. Who we got here? Grave Digger. Bink. Right. He's in awe. These here I don't think glow in the dark. Limited release, they do say on the back here. 50 right there, hard to see maybe. And what else we got here? We got another one here. No? Yes? Yes we do. Another one right here. This little pin here is a specter of sorts. Right? Ghost. Should glow in the dark. I doubt though. That's neat. 50 is on the back. Limited release. Alright, so I have more of those, you know, boxes, secret ones, whatever. Open up later. But that's for pins. That's it for now. And I'll get on to something else next. Alright, so I guess Vinyl Nations are kind of out now, maybe. But they have this here from the Wonderground Gallery. Disney Vinyl. No refunds or exchanges, but this right here, this is done by what Jared? Jared Miyamoto? Alright, I'm butchering the guy's name again. But he does the cute stuff, right? Just remember the cute Disney stuff. And this is what you can get in here. And it looks like there's even a green question mark down there. And so let's just open this mystery up and see what's inside, shall we? Yes. Inside there's a silver package. And usually there's a tear notch. Here we go. Stand back. Oh. And we have... Well, look at that. It's a little cute bride there, it looks like, with a little heart. See a little heart there? And she's Wonder Ground Gallery, Disney, yeah. Big Vel. Let's see here. Stands. Not so bad, right? And yeah, these figures, you can still get them at Downtown Disney, I'm sure. And let me see here if I can find them, because they too, a lot of stuff was only concept art until we actually got there to look at stuff in person, including these, I believe. And flipping through the book here. And don't fall asleep on me. Almost there. You gotta be kidding me. Here we go. So, Haunted Mansion of Cute, Abomination, Blind Box, Jared Murayama. So, that gal there is actually this stuff here. That stuff right there. So there's the bride. That's what she looks like in the concept. Pretty close to the real thing, right? Except for none of these have any real color to them. Whereas she does. She's blue. She's ghostly. Right? She's cute. Cute thing. Right? So she can stand over here. Meanwhile, we have a wishable. This guy here, I believe is Gus. Wishable, right? Oh, Gus can get on the camera. One of the hitchhiking ghosts that got the ball. And, you know, he's wishable because you see a little twinkle in his eye. And, squeezable. Ow. Okay, so there's Gus. And, also, you got a package here. Wishables. And they have, just one in the back here. This is a blind thing. So you got a Ezra, Phineas, Constance, and the Hatbox Ghost. So, anyone want to take bets on who's in here? No? Good, me neither. Let's just open it up. Inside we got, oh, boom! The Hatbox Ghost, right? This fancy little cloak there, hat box. Yeah, see? Yeah. And, wait, this goes down like that. There we go, cape. Right? So Hatbox Ghost, Gus, and what? 4 more there. Well, no, 3 more now to go to make a happy family. All right, moving on. So this here was one of the pre-order items you can get. With the pre-order special things, it's the thermos mug travel thing. Travis, and has a lid to it. You pop open. You can drink out of it. Pop it down. Keep it from spilling. Locks in the back part. And if you look at the side here, has that familiar motif there. Let's see. Should we turn this up, down? I don't know. Let's see. Pops off. Nice hold. Inside you got stainless steel and a card that says tough inside, Traverse on the outside. So yeah, hand wash only. I may never use this to drink out of, I don't know. Ooh, I think it's fancy. It has like a motif of like the wallpaper. It's black with the wallpaper and the also a 50th emblem on it. I thought it was nice. $30 should be nice. 20 ounces it holds. All right, if you're into hand washing things or drinking stuff, if you're into drinking coffee or cold drinks, then this might be something to buy. Or I should say bought, because I don't think it's available anymore. And, alright, let's do some artwork next. And then I'm just about done. Alright, art. So this here's one by McBiff. He was there, he was signing. Interesting guy. Interesting type of art, you know. This is 13 something. And this is actually a magnet, right? Take that, stick it on your fridge. Remember it, always. This one here, this right here is the Haunted Mansion Cuties set, right? There's about 10 pins, not pins, 10 magnets in there. Glossy glass kind of looking things. You know, little cutie ones, right? Okay, so it's not art, but this is after the artwork these did. And this right here is a real piece of art. This here is by Darren Wilson. I believe it is. Let me see what it says here on the back. This here is Darren Wilson, and it is Ghoulish Delights. This here is a limited edition of 95. So they have 95 of these prints, as I call them, cliches, I think. It's on canvas. And, you know, it's legit because down here in the bottom, there is a signature. Right there. Right? So, if you can't afford the original, you know, most people probably can't, you can maybe afford one of the limited editions. And someone liked this particular artwork enough to get one of 95. Manuelita, Gargoyle down here, Hitchhiking Ghost up there, seance room setting looks like, and it looks like a real nice piece of work. I'm not going to take out the plastic because it's not mine. And you can also get this available in, I think it's a lithograph, printed on paper, you know. And had you got that from the paper, he was there. No, he wasn't there. He was not one of the artists there, sorry. But the other artist, like McBiff over there, he was there. If you got his lithograph, he would have signed it for you. And, yeah, so Darren Wilson did this one here. I'll grab the next one. Alright, so we have this one here. This one's called The Disembodied by Joel Payne. And this is a nice frame to it. It has a little plaque marking down here at the bottom. This one's also limited edition of 95 prints. And you can see over here, kind of, you see the red thing? That is the signature that I believe is printed in the print. But above that is a gold one. It's right there. That there is his signing. And then guess what? Because we went there, and he was there signing, he opened up the back here and did a little signature there and a little doodle and stuff. So there's room for one more. Put the date there for us. And yeah, great deal. Fine piece of artwork. Ready to take home and just hang on the wall. Once again, I'll carefully package it back up in this here wrapping. And part of the thing is, for us anyways, we bring in, our group brought some stuff here to be signed, and the staff there seemed really good. They had big tables, they busted it out, took off all the packing, got it prepped, you know, put a little hole in the back here of this plastic to have the artist sign it. You got to, you know, meet the artist, talk a little bit with them, you know, learn more about them. And yeah, this is when I saw this online, I thought it looked so cool. Besides the noticeable light pops, like in the lantern back over here, for the Undertaker and the carriages out there, this is basically the Haunted Mansion that's inside Disneyland Park. You know, the front of it there. And if you look over here, you can see a ghost image of the Hitchhiking Ghost. So, really impressed by this. A lot of detail. I'm not artistic, so I'm not going to try anything like this. But this guy, neat guy. I even saw him at the party from 1 o'clock to 4 in the morning. He was there, you know, talking to people, hanging out, having fun, I hope. And, yeah. I think this was also had an original available for, was it 9 or 8,000, which is bigger. Also had, of course, more of these prints that I believe sold out. Didn't see any of these prints for sale. And you might be able to get paper prints still at Wonder Gallery. Not sure. But, let me get the next one. Right, would you look at the size of this one? This one here is called 31 Ghosts, and it's done by Shag. And this is a limited edition one version. I had copies of 95 of this, and they did a little signature right down in the corner for the signing, and to make sure it's extra authenticated, if I can put that there without snapping its neck. On the back side of this fella, which this is what they call a canvas wrap. So now on the back side here, you got that there. Right there, let me zoom in on it. Look at that. Shag 2019 skeleton head. Like I said, canvas wrap, where it's just on a frame, and the canvas wraps around basically. Limited edition of 95 for this one. Also on all these artworks and prints, they have like a write-up there on the artist in case you don't know about them, or if you want to know more about them. And yeah, good stuff. This here is not the. This is a big piece, but the original piece was actually 24 inches high by, I think, 74 inches wide. So that's like 2 foot high by 6 foot 2 wide. And it was for sale, and I think someone bought it. It was $28,000. Yeah, I didn't buy it. But, yeah, good stuff. Art. And I got one more to show. One more, I won't say super limited edition, but limited edition that we were lucky to get in our group. So let me grab that. All right, there we have this one here. This one has a limited edition of, I think, 350. And this particular one is kind of special because it's actually done by the Disney's ink and paint. Disney Ink's paint department. In case you can't see it there, but what we have here is, I think, a border. I'm not too sure, but I think it's a border printed out. But this right here, the not hitchhiker, I call it hitchhiker. The Gravedigger, this faithful dog there, that is animation cell or cell. So hand painted cell. This one here comes framed with a pin, which I think is the only way to get that pin is with this collection, and a postcard. I call it a postcard, but this right here, if you look closely, has signatures of, I'm assuming, the different artists that does this. Right, so that's kind of a neat thing, and also a nice framing too. Nice fancy cut to the matting. And limited edition 350 on that one. Now, the rarest piece of artwork we have here. Up next. Right, and here it is. This here is titled A Swinging Wake by Dave Avinzo. This is the rarest of them all that our group was able to snag. And the reason why is because I believe this is a limited edition of 25. So this is kind of like a shadow box, if you can tell there. Right, a little 3D effect. Take to the side. And so basically, you know, these are not machine done. These are all done by hand. You can see here they have the graveyard scene, they have the singing bus, they have the mummy down there, the hand from the crypt. There's depth to this. You know, this is a neat artist the way he does this. And yeah, cool dude. He signed the back of it real nice, do a little picture back there for it. And very proud of this one. It's hard to get. Like I said, the random process, the way it went is you sign up for something, you pick which one you want, you know, like numbers 1 through 40, let's say. Whatever you want the most, you put as your number one item, the number. And this was pretty high up there, but you know what? We got passed up on the first round, and it wasn't there. And then we ended up getting a email, because not only does this computer pick a list of like who gets the thing first, who gets, you know, first choice of the work, the computer makes a list of like, I think maybe 10, 100, who knows, maybe it's the whole grouping that wants this thing on that list in order. And someone had canceled on it, and they emailed me and said, you still want this? You have like a day and a half to reply, maybe 2 days. And I'm like, yes, log it in. And yeah, mighty fine piece of stuff there. Kind of a thick thing. It's 2 inches? 2 inches thick maybe. Hanging on the wall. And so glad I got this. They had another one, which is of the mansion on the outside. Only one copy of it. And if you're out there watching this, congratulations. You know, I would have definitely wanted that one. A little bit more pricier than this one, of course. But probably worth it. You know, it depends on how much of an art person you are. So this here is the live version, the show and tell of this part. And I'm going to get to some pictures next to show more of what was going on and explain what was going on in the part. Probably hit on some food items and whatnot. So, you know, stay tuned. And, well, I don't know why I'm saying stay tuned. Just wait a second, and the segue will go through, and we'll be on food or something else. Alright, before I go on the next segment, this is one more thing here, these lithographs, right? These are pretty affordable. You can see they're printed nicely. Signed here. Jasmine signed this one here. They have a logo down here, I think only for the 50th. Right, in the matting. And I'm pretty sure these are laser cut mattings. You can see they're nice, fancy. And so we got that one there. We got one by Brian Crosby here. Looks like comic cover, his comic books for Marvel and Disney. And you know, did a little picture down there, name and stuff, signature. And yeah, these right here, all you gotta do is these are basically buy them and then buy a frame, and you can frame yourself. You know, hobby stores out there used to have them, bigger hobby stores used to have them, or of course online, you should be able to find, you know, frames to fit these. It's a standard measurement type of thing. So that, you know, a piece of glass or plexiglass to cover the front, and the matting is already there. So, not too bad deal. Alright, on to the next segment. Food. Okay, not food. So this is the check-in sign, and they were pretty neat. They showed us where to check in at, and we went upstairs to one of the ballrooms, and they had it decorated out, pretty nice. They had some water there, and you can see there it looks like a nice little altar-ish type of thing. I don't know if anything actually went on before we got there, but we got there, seemed pretty relaxed, and you have these different figure statues you can take pictures with. They have some light effects on the walls. Showing the Haunted Mansion 50th. And then this here is actually the check-in place, where you just find an empty table. You guys are grouped to check in. And here is a neat photo op of the gift you got. It's all stacked in this coffin. Kind of fancy like. And then we got, let's see here. This here's another photo op that's upstairs. You stand in between those two things, and they have people taking your picture that you use the photo pass for. So you have all these different places that you can go and have your group photos in front of, and then they scan your photo pass. You can download them. Here's a D23 members. Well, I don't know if it's for members, but D23 what, a sheet you can take a picture in front of. Here's actually my lanyard with the coupon tags intact. And those are for the different food items that we're able to get later in the park. And we also have a wristband here. This wristband was for the second night. I believe the first night was silver and the second night was purple. Then we went downstairs to the store they set up in the ballroom, and here is some wood carvings that were for sale. I think they had a limited edition of 50 on them. Here's Shag's little corner of stuff, and this is stuff that if you wanted to get more or didn't get in the pre-sale, you have a chance to buy it again here. Some more artwork there. I see Joel Payne there. And the ones on the easels, I don't think that was, but they might be originals. They got different shirts and stuff, different artists. These guitars are pretty fancy, but that was Craig Fraser, I think, did them. But the one on, I think, the right side there was a little bit too pricey there, at least for me. And I don't know if it's sold. It was there, I think, when we left. So here we have some more artwork that was done. You know, T-shirts you can get them in. Postcards, that little postcards you can get and have the postcards signed. You know, some even have the coffee mugs. Jasmine's corner here. And here is Mika Biff on the right side. And the left side was, I think, Jared. And here we have the Haunted Mansion dress in the background. And that fanny sack on the back right-hand side, that came out just for this event. It wasn't the pre-order or nothing, and it was on sale. Here we have a good assortment of the Host of Ghost jars. You can get a better look at them to see what they do. And here's some, see, they got the ears back there. Looks like a ball opener. They have the statue of the Hitchhiking Ghost. They have in the front the 50th, like a throw. Here we have some ornaments. Dooney and Burke purses they had down there. Still available. I'm pretty sure Dooney and Burke purses are still available now. These here on the far right and the left there, those are both the original ones. Kind of pricey, but the original's one of a kind. Here we have, if you have an annual pass, a little section that you can buy stuff for an annual pass holder. So we got some more here. These are once again originals on the left and right hand sides that hadn't sold by the time I was in the store. And then we got let's see, a Mama Lolita, a cell phone cover. Coffee mugs. That gargoyle on the back is not for sale. Some ornaments there, and here's the pins they had left over for the pins. Good little assortment still left. A lot of them are still, I think, limited edition in there. And here's the line, always in the back of the line. So but it wasn't so bad because we were standing inside. And when you come to the line's end, you get to this checkout spot here where they send you off to a place, and you pay for your items. Had you just bought stuff and wanted to pick it up, you'd go straight there, and then you'd go to this room here. This room here is where they'd bring out all your items that you'd bought, and you could check it out and see if you like it. Okay, so then after you made your purchases, then you grab the stuff that you maybe like to have signed, and you tote that back upstairs to another convention room here where they have the artist staged out like so. And what they have is Dave Avanzio, Jasmine Beckett Griffith, Brian Crosby, there's Dave Avanzio there, Brian Crosby, Jim Crouch, Ron Daniels, John Daniels, the Daniels did the wood carvings. Craig Fraser, Jeremy Fulton, Kim Irvine, Kevin John, Gerard Mariyama, Mick Biff, Larry Nicolai, Joel Payne, Shag, and Javier Soto. And so they were doing signings between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., and then again between 5 and 8 p.m. The individuals you see in the background with the green shirts on, they were there to help unbox everything and get them to the artists to get them signed. So they were very helpful. The staff was very good there. It was really neat meeting all the artists. All of them, are really nice. They all have websites out there. If you want to use a search engine to find them, you can find more information about them, and you'll see other artwork they've done in the past. Okay, so basically a bunch of stuff happened. Took all the purchases back to the hotel room to keep them safely away, and took a nap, and now we're back in the back of the line. You can start lining up about 11:30 at night to get in there for the 1 o'clock entrance. And where we're at, we're actually closer to the California Adventure side. But those gates were locked, so we can't go sneak in there. Instead, we went to our special event. So they had that marked as you walked into the Digital Park. And at the same point, it's kind of funny because we're walking down Main Street here, and the people coming in, they want us to stick to the right-hand side walking in. People are still in the park that are leaving for the day or the night. They were kind of directed to go to the left side. And I don't know if you're going to try sneaking into our line or not, but then you go around through Adventureland, and you enter through there where they really check your credentials. And this here is marking around Frontierland, I think it is. I guess you entered Frontierland. Anyways, you had those ghoulish people doing a little song and dance up there. Once again, though, in the back of the line here. And couldn't really see what's going on down there too much, but they held us here for a while. I snapped this picture here showing some eerie stuff that's about to happen over in front of Tom Sawyer's Island, kind of where the Phantasmic stuff happened. Okay, this part here is part of the entertainment. This is the 13th hour Awaken the Swingin' Wake with Madame Lolita there and the Cadaver Dams. And then they also had at 3 o'clock that we missed the Happy Haunts Spirited Soiree. And at 4 o'clock we kind of missed it, the Deadly Departure, where they kind of drummed us out.
Come out for a swinging wake. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. When pretty ghosts come out to socialize. Close your eyes and don't try to hide. Or a silly spook, face it by your side. Shrouded in untapped disguise. They pretend to terrorize. When pretty ghosts come out to socialize. As the moon climbs high on the dead oak trees, so bright for the midnight spring. Creepy creeps with Elias start to shine and harmonize. Grim pretty ghosts come out to socialize. Grim pretty ghosts come out to socialize. Are here, and it appears they're seeking the 1,000th spirit to join them in the ever after. Any volunteers? skies. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. There's no turning back now. And now, rotting revelers, we offer you this chilling challenge. Gather your powers of perception and look out for ghostly sightings, a creepy cotillion, and a stylish selection of luxury crates. Who knows? One may be just your size. And of course, the residents of the Haunted Mansion are dying to have you inside for a visit. So please, feel free to wander about untethered, like the lost souls you are. You'll be guiding yourself for a while, but have no fear. You haven't heard the last of me. No, I would never leave you hanging for long.
After the swinging wake got awoke, we headed on over to the Star of the Night, the Haunted Mansion ride. That ride was enhanced a little bit for the night, as well as the Mark Twain Riverboat Ghostly Cruise. And so the riverboat had a few different times that it ran, that I think it had the special characters on it that would sing and dance stuff. You can see here, wait by time, 13 minutes, right? Special number for the night. And the front there had a decoration on it for the 50 years anniversary. Now the ride itself, it has let's see, three editions of live actors that were in it. And I've taken this part here. This is right before you get on the Doom buggies, and they have that on the wall. And all I can say is that the video I shot of the Haunted Mansion inside is no good. You can find much better video from other people online to show you the additional actors that are in there. That, you know, some of them really point them out good. So I'll let you do that on your own time. Now this right here, after you go off the ride, there's different spots that they have set up for photos. And that right there is before the people are coming out for the photos. And then we got the hitchhiking ghost eventually showed up there, and before we could even get in line, the line was already closed. And these are all included in your Photo Max Pass you got. We have, this is Sally the tightrope walker. She's in another part of the park. And then we also had, I think, Constance Hatchaway. She was over in Frontierland, and we never made it to her in time. Then above the veranda there, we have Madame Lolita came out and did a couple shows throughout the night, I believe. Most of that was, I think, spoken word on this one. But then after she left, then we had the Cadaver Dans show back up and doing some song. But, you know, there's just so much kind of going on and so little time to do it all in, pretty much. So back on the subject of rides, this is as close as we got to the Star Wars land. Haven't been there yet, but you know, the security was tight. Didn't want to try it. We did have no wait hardly at all for Parts of the Caribbean. We also made it to Indiana Jones ride. And in fact, after we went to Indiana Jones, they're just like, hey, if you want to stay on, you can ride some more. Otherwise, that was it for the rides that we were able to get on that night. Alright, so time for some snacks, food, what have you. And so first we went with was our coupon, which is on that lanyard card This was for the graveyard snack. We went to the churro cart in Critter Country, and we got the bride and groom churro. So the white one there is the bride, the dark one is the groom, and the bride churro, yeah, I think we like that one better overall. It had a sweet vanilla taste to it, powdered sugar. It was real nice. The other one was supposed to be dark chocolate, but it tasted to me like some cinnamon was in there, and kind of chocolate, but not chocolate enough. Next we went to the, let's see, we got the Tarot Card Cristo and the 3 Cheese Cristo at the Royal Street Veranda. This is for the Haunting Hors d'oeuvres. And we also got the, let's see, the Pickwick Ghost Punch. Now, the sandwiches was good, rich, you know, pretty much like the normal crystals are. The Pickwick Ghost Punch was like super sweet, it seemed like. You know, diabetic coma sweet type of thing. Luckily I shared that, so. And then after that we wanted something a little more hearty, so we went over to the Bengal Barbecue and used another coupon to get the veggie skewer with herb sauce. And you know, that's a pretty good dish there. You know, it's hearty. And what better to have served with vegetables than more vegetables? So you have your grilled vegetables with a potato in the middle on that thing, on the skewer, and then you have a little side salad with edamame, cucumber, cabbage, and some lemon to squirt over it. After that, we went over to, let's see, Ravenous Desserts coupon, and this here is the Ballroom Delight at the Tropical Hideaway. Apparently, I didn't get a picture of the sign. I don't know if it was gone or if I just missed it. It seems like they had a stall to maybe make some more of the soft serve, but it wasn't too bad. It has what, candied mango and blackberries, I think, in it. And this one here is the Doom Buggy Sundae that was at the Golden Horseshoe. So strawberries, vanilla ice cream, and that chocolate thing is actually, I think, some funnel cake that was in there. And this is pretty much it. We're leaving the park, walking back to our hotel, and we see this here tempting treat. This here is the Foolish Mortals popcorn. I'm not too sure where it came from. I mean, they have been there at the popcorn carts at Frontierland and New Orleans Square. This here just happened to be on the sidewalk as we're walking back. You know, we left the park, and yeah, we didn't try it. Although I think it's popcorn. I think it's like, I thought it was supposed to be a cheese and a sweet popcorn with a hot flaming Cheetos on top, something like that. So out of all those, we really liked the bride churro, and yeah, we'd go back for it again sometime. Okay, so other food items that we missed were the Widow's Walk clam chowder. We didn't do the hummus plate, which maybe we should have. We didn't do the pineapple Dole Whip just because, you know, just by saying pineapple Dole Whip, we can get that normally. We didn't do the Midnight Mint Julep for the drink because there's a coupon for tempting beverages. So we used one for the Pickwick Ghost Punch. Another one we used actually for a hot chocolate, which we kind of wish it was a little more chocolatier and less hot. It's steaming hot. And what else do we miss? I think that was it for food. Ride-wise, we missed the Big Thunder Mountain, which actually closed early. It closed at 3 o'clock in the morning. We didn't get on the Mark Twain Riverboat, which would have been neat to have experienced, I think. We didn't do the... What else we didn't do? Jungle Cruise or Tarzan's Treehouse. And, yeah, so that's too bad. We didn't get those attractions. And, now I guess the big question here is, you know, is this worth it? And if you're a fan of the Haunted Mansion, and if you're someone that, you know, collects stuff, wants to experience things, You know, $2.99. It's kind of expensive, but it's not at the same time, especially for like a once. You just gotta remember, a once in a lifetime deal. Haunted Mansion, this one, the original Haunted Mansion, isn't going to turn 50 again. You know, in another 50 years, it'll be 100 years old. And by then, I'll probably be living inside as a specter. But I think it was worth it for having the ability to get the exclusive merchandise chances. And, you know, you got these coupons to try the food samples. There's other foods that came out that were available to purchase. You know, there are new themed foods for this time. And I don't know, is neat being in the park at like 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the morning? Yes, I think it'd be even neater if it was from like 1 to 5. But I think if you were to do something like 1 to 6, you lose that, you know, I think the sun starts to come up, so you lose like that whole night eerie stuff. Not to mention, I think they need to, you know, re-close down the section so they can re-clean it for the next morning, for the next guest to come. So I think it was a good experience. And if you stayed with this video this long, thanks for watching it. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe. You know, either way, tell me what you think in the comments. If you went, you know, let your voice be heard about how you felt with this experience. And thanks for watching. Bye.